About to get this game, I feel Shao Kahn will be for me. What the stuff I need to know on him? Thanks. Pretty much just keep it simple. You know, in fact, actually, if you're learning a character in any game, actually, I'll show you guys now. If you're learning a character in any game, like, especially in MK11, I would argue that this right here is the formula. If you wanna learn how to play a new character, there are priorities, right? Like, think of it as a checklist, right? Think of it as a checklist. There are basic things that you need to know before you can start playing against humans, really, in my opinion. Frost with the plus frames. Can you still flawless block standing 1-2 you were doing? Standing 2, yes, you can. You can flawless block the standing 2 out of it, any button pretty much, because you can flawless block out a hit stun. So any button that Frost presses, you can do it. So let's use Shao as an example, right? You're learning a character. Let's think about what's strong in MK11. Does my character have this? And like, what could be used for? And if you're learning a character from scratch, marking moves and having them on the menu, right? If I mark all these, they're going to appear on the HUD. That's really important for just remembering what's going on. So if I get rid of them all, let's have a look. What's a fast high? Standing 1, fast high, 9 frames. What's a string off of that? Let's do 1-4. Let's do a mid back to. Actually, yeah, let's do Shao Shimmy. Here we go. This. What's the string off the Shao Shimmy? What is a poke? Let's have a good poke. Down 4. Probably my best poke. What's an advancing button? Forward 2. What's a string off the advancing button? We have 3 more. So special moves. Okay, projectile. Combo option. Shoulder charge. And ender. Okay, cool. So these 10 moves, right? Let's strip it down. When you're learning a character for the first time, you want to keep it as simple as physically possible. You want to know a lot about the few moves you use as opposed to what all the moves are, but when to use them, right? So we've just listed 10 moves with Shao Kahn. These 10 moves could be all you need in terms of how to play this character, right? And why is that? This high, usually your standing high is your fastest button. This is a 9 frame high. Goes into this string, which if he blocks it is safe. It's -3. I'll make him auto block so I don't have to keep swapping that. On hit, I can get my shoulder charge, which is a special, right? The shoulder charge is my launcher, so I can do this on block it safe. On hit, oh cool, this launches them. And then then the other move, I've got annihilation, down back 3. There's your ender. So you've got starter, launcher, same string again, and if I make him go lower to the ground, I'm trying to keep this as simple as possible. Ender, there you go. So that's like a super basic combo. But what is that? It is 1-4, 1-4 launch, 1-4 ender. Super basic, but decent damage. That's not terrible at all. Let's look at the other buttons. Forward 3. This is a mid. Why is that important? Because if he crouches, my high is going to go over him. My mid does not. My mid is 10 frames, whereas my standing 1 is 9, so it's slower, and it doesn't go into shoulder charge. If I go into this full string, I can't turn this into shoulder charge, so, you know, I can't hit confirm the first 2 hits. I can just do the full string and get a decent amount of damage. I can do just the first hit into shoulder charge, but the problem with that is it's not safe and it's hard to see, whereas this gives me more time to see that it's hit. But there's a mid, so here's your high for punishing. Works as an anti-air as well, super good. There's a safe string that comes off of it. This is a mid, so it can't be crouched. This is a good check. It's nice and fast at 10 frames. Side spike, here's a poke, right? How much of the neutral is just going for poke? Because if this hits, it's +15. What does +15 give me? It gives me, if I get close enough, it gives me, it does give you your mid, because if you get in range, you can do that, and if you're close enough, it will catch. But it's advantage, right? It's frame advantage. It occupies the space. It's a button to stick out. It goes longer range. So your mid goes that far. Down 4 goes further, and it's a low. 4-3 does special cancel, yes, but it's not hit confirmable. I mean, people say it is, but we don't see it. Now, next button, this. This is an advancing high, so it's a high for sure, but look at how far it goes. If he stands up, this is going to hit from that far away. The full string is this, sure, but I can confirm this, turn it into shoulder charge, and then do the same ender we did before. And now you've got an advancing high, so you have fast high for punishing in anti-air. You've got a fast mid for just checking someone and you know, making sure they can't crouch it. You've got a poke for range and establishing advantage on the ground. And now you've got an advancing high that if you want to whiff punish something, if they miss a button, you've now got this. And you can confirm it on hit into the same combo we did earlier, the exact same combo. And then you've got your projectile. So throw this. That on paper is like a basic way of playing Shao Kahn, right? Those 10 moves, and then you throw into, you know, your throws into account. Know where your throws are, how far away do they knock them back. Forward throw sends them really far away, so maybe I want to go for like, you know, projectiles or whatever. If you want to, you can pretty much keep this as like the basic way. But when you're learning any character, this is the way I would recommend learning what their moves are in the first place. Because think about it, what do we have here? You have a high, which can be used for punishing. Every character has this. You have a mid that can be used for checking them in a way that a mid is helpful, which 99% of the characters have in some way in varying speeds. You have a good poke, your best low poke. You have an advancing button that in this case, you know, your launch will go into, which takes me on to the next thing. You then have a launcher. So if you get like a jump kick, launch. If you get a standing string, launch. If you get a whiff punish, launch. If you get just on the ground, a whiff punish, launch. If you get a combo, here is your ender. Whatever combo you get, whether it's a launch here, you end in this. Whether it's like a hit like that, you end in, I don't know, combo is off this. Let me do this. Does this work? Let's try that. I mean, maybe. I'm not a Shao player. Yeah, so any combo, that's your ender. You've got a projectile, so if you're playing a projectile war, there you go. And you've got, and that's it. That's literally 10 moves. That's 10 moves in a very basic way. That's like a super basic Shao Kahn guide. But you can take the formula of this and apply it to almost any character in the game, because they are the important things. Again, it goes back to that checklist. Look for moves to check off what it is you're doing, because you watch a player like, for example, Foxy, right? Foxy uses barely any of his characters like move list with any of the characters he plays in this game, right? You watch his Kung Lao, what is it? It's 5 moves. Kung Lao's move list is pretty fucking big. Does he use it? No. Does he need to? No, because he has the checklist of what he wants to use in what situation. And for most characters, you can do that. And if you're learning how to play characters for the first time, this is a super good way of just being ready, because the worst thing you can do is overcomplicate it. You want to spread yourself thin. It's fun to go in and just learn how to do combos, but this is the kind of stuff that you need to know. You know, how do I play the character? Because combos are fun to do, but you need to hit your opponent first. And if you don't know what buttons to press to hit them, then it's all a waste of time for you.